Sunday from the Divisional Round. I like to call it the Throwdown Round. We're not golfing here, okay? We're talking teams beating each other up for the chance to take on the best teams on the other side. We are down to 8 teams. It's sort of sad. Here they are. We got Bills running back Ty Johnson on the show. Hey, Bills fans, rejoice, be happy. He's become Josh Allen's go-to guy on 4th down, best 3rd down back in the land. We'll catch up with him, talk a little Ravens defense, and, by the way, a snowstorm, snow globe up there in Buffalo. Doppler on the 9 here on the Up and Adams show. Thanks for watching. Happy Friday. You want to know who's going to win these games? I don't get paid to make picks. I get paid to bring you people who are great at making picks, and that's AP Senior Writer Rob Maaddi. He'll be here. The master of the money line tells you who's in and who's going home. To get you so excited. I feel like I asked Hamilton, I'm jonesing for a Buffalo Bills player. I feel like we love them. We were with them at camp. We felt the energy. They look amazing. From Settlers of Catan, for Catan, of Catan, with and by Catan, I don't know.
Catan?
Sure. Catan?
Sure.
Shoot.
Catan, yeah.
Yeah, it's not a great way to start a show on a Friday, but we're going to have a great time. Speaking of how things are pronounced and names of things and proper nouns, this is year 9 of my bid to make it the Throwdown Round. And yet it's still... I mean, I think the day I met you in the hallowed halls of the graveyard of that old CBS building on 59th Street, ahead of our first Good Morning Football, I think I said, hi, Matthew Hamilton, nice to meet you. The Divisional Round should be renamed the Throwdown Round.
Yeah, it's not fun at all. You get wild card is fun.
Fun.
Championship weekend.
That's pedigree.
Fun.
You know what you're getting. Yeah,
Super
like that
Bowl.
needs to be that. Super Bowl, so fun. By the lovely Norma Hunt, may she rest in peace, watching her team, her Chiefs, potentially hit a three-peat. By the way, a storyline nobody's even like the three-peat storylines being somehow not at the forefront of the conversation, which is what it should be going into this weekend. But can we not? The Divisional Round is the lamest name in any sports playoff situation. We got, you know who could push, McAfee could rename this thing in like 1 second. Do it to whatever you want. Just change it from the Divisional Round. But alas, here we have what is supposed to be. And the thing about it is it's the best one. It's the best week because it is the best teams, right? It's the best situation. We got Texans, Chiefs in the afternoon. You never know what's going to happen here. Does KC let them just hang around? Haley Lewis of KC Sports Network told me, are they going to play with their food? Or are they going to eat the freaking meal? I loved that. Great metaphor. Shout out to her. 8.5-point faves there. The Chiefs are going to be about as healthy as they've been all year for that one. DeAndre Hopkins' first playoff game in 5 years against his old squad. Then we've got Commanders-Lions in the night game. That spread dropped from 9.5 down to 8.5 yesterday. Why? In my opinion, because Dan Quinn said Bobby Wagner's playing. He'd missed both practices earlier in the week. He had a bit of an ankle. We'll see how he looks and how meaningful he is, as he's been the thing that really ties the whole squad together. And then on Sunday, we have Rams-Eagles. Snow globe, like I said. It looks crazy up there. There's a 75% chance of snow on Sunday in Philly. Buffalo, Philly, whole eastern seaboard feeling it. You got to think that works in the Eagles' favor. They're 6.5-point faves. And you got, of course, the surf and turf. You've got Ravens, Bills, Baltimore, a 1.5-point fave on the road there. And Hamilton, you and I dug up a stat and a very sick pup way. You and I got on the phone about one thing yesterday. 3 hours later, we're deep in the nitty-gritty stats of Lamar Jackson on the road. 23 touchdowns to 1 interception. And we're like, that's really impressive. Like, he's great on the road. By the way, add the sprinkle of 3 rushing touchdowns to that I didn't even tweet out. But it's a huge deal because it is actually good for best all time. People are saying it doesn't matter. The company that he is in at the top of that list does matter. Tom Brady was on that list. Aaron Rodgers was on that list. There were a lot of great company that he's ahead of.
Yeah, it was 2007 Brady. Two of Rodgers' MVP seasons, one of Peyton Manning's MVP seasons. The company was ridiculous, and it does matter because the position that the Ravens are in, they're going to have to go. You know, they're obviously on the road this weekend, and if they win, they're probably going to have to be on the road next weekend as well. So, you know, the playoffs are a different animal, but it absolutely matters.
So does Bobby Wagner. All these people tweeting me and you saying Bobby Wagner doesn't swing up. He's not big enough. He's a mid linebacker. Someone said, and at that point I was like, oh, I belong in the job that I have. Actually, I feel good about it.
Yeah, definitely. And also, like, literally like minutes after the announcement was made, the line. I don't think that's a coincidence.
Yeah.
And, it absolutely matters. It's a huge deal for that
Though
defense.
I wouldn't
to have
say
him
that
out
you
there.
and I are the most objective when it comes to how Bobby Wagner is viewed in the landscape of the NFL. Listen, everybody makes it easy and calls it an X factor. What's the X factor in the game? I have to make things more complicated, so I'm calling them travel agents. Guy had to get cute. Who may be responsible for sending their opponent on an early vacay, booking the travel to Cabo or Costa Rica or the Azores or wherever they want to go? Okay, on those. You ever see those jet TikToks? What is it called? If you guys haven't, rest in peace to TikTok. Not only will 2 teams be going home between the Rams, the Eagles, the Ravens, or the Bills, but also TikTok, may she rest in peace, on Sunday, potentially. But what I'm talking about, the jet? Amalfi Jets. Who's booking travel on Amalfi Jet? If you're not on TikTok, this is my favorite TikTok, is Amalfi Jets. I have a crush on him. I know he has a girlfriend. I have a crush on that guy. Love that guy. I don't know. Find out what his name is. I like that. Okay, so anyway, my travel agent for the Lions, the guy shipping travel potentially for the other side and their opponent is got to be Kirby Joseph. Sorry, it's kind of low-hanging because he's a 2-time friend of the show. Did his thing at Illinois, we see. Great college. Playing a bunch of his Illinois guys this weekend. Safety, 9 picks. Ed Reed, Hall of Famer, said he's one of the best in the business, and he is because he's an all-pro. We'll have Maadi on to talk about that maybe later. But he was talking to me about his instincts, his film study, and there's something he said while breaking down his interception against the Niners that caught our attention.
They like to throw the ball across the middle a lot, in between the hashes, and that's why I patrol. That's my area of the field. Okay. So me understanding what players are coming my way, like the glance route, like I told you, like I've been waiting on that. I've been waiting on that play all game.
You anticipate everything.
Yeah. You got to anticipate everything. That's a part of me. Like that's a part of me. That anticipation. That's how I make breaks on the ball. That's why I'm coming out of nowhere and snagging the ball out the air. Like that's how it is.
You can say what you want about anything about him, or is it luck? Is it whatever? Interceptions. What he just said there, he knew he was going to have a big day because they throw into his vicinity. Guess where Jaden Daniels also likes to throw, and where 7 of his 9 interceptions this season have happened. Ding, ding, ding. Oof. It's going to take mistake-free football for the Commanders to win in Detroit. They know that. They can do that. Jaden has to be aware of X-Factor/travel agent Kirby Joseph. Kirby Joseph wants Jaden to go on vacation. Do you understand? Kirby, by the way, plus 430 to record an interception over on FanDuel Sportsbook, if you so choose to spend your time there, and you should. Dabble, enjoy responsibly, of course. I don't know. Those are the shortest odds for any defensive player this weekend. There's a reason for it, and that's it. Commander side, who's the travel agent? Who's booking a jet on Amalfi Airlines with, what's his name? Colin what? Jones. Colin Jones. Meow. Big fan of Colin Jones. I just like the way he operates. He hates everyone. He hates rich people. It's great. Okay. Okay, I have to get my bearings here. So Commanders at Lions. On the Commander side, I'm going to go ahead and say the travel agent booking the Amalfi Jet on TikTok for the Lions is Austin Eckler. Okay? He's going to play a huge role. You need to get the ground game going. It is so sexy right now to run the ball. Eckler started taking more snaps in the second half last week to help finish off the Bucs. Austin, he's been shining this year, sharing a backfield with Brian Robinson, 4.8 yards per carry, the most he's averaged in a season since 2019. He's made big plays in this passing game. He's also a second-team All-Pro as a kick returner, so he's going to affect the game in a number of ways. And his line, by the way, for combined rushing and receiving, less than 50. It's 49.5 in this one. I'm banging the over. It is hard to not like that number on FanDuel Sportsbook right now. Get there, do your thing as you're drinking your coffee and talking to Alice in accounting about TikTok going away on Sunday. Okay, and speaking of Sunday, the X-Factor/travel agent is Nolan Smith for the Eagles. Hear me out. Hear me out. Yeah, I remember that draft in Kansas City a couple years ago when, here's what I heard. Howie, he's only 230 pounds. You can't take him in the first round. Howie, don't do that. And Howie said, shut up, everybody. I'm smarter than all of you, and I love making you look stupid. That is what he loves. And Nolan has 5 sacks over the last 6 games. Voila. Top 10 in the league over that span. He dropped Jordan Love twice last week. He's so quick, so explosive off the edge, and he's a nightmare for tackles to have to deal with in passing situations. And Matthew Stafford, by the way, does. I mean, he's been there, he's done that. He wants another trophy. We'd love to see it. He ranks 29th among quarterbacks this year when it comes to passer rating under pressure. You can decide why, you can chew on that, whatever. But Nolan Smith will feed into that. He can wreck this game. And he, by the way, also has the shortest odds to record a sack of any Eagle at -104, by the way. Do you understand what we're doing for Hamilton? Do the people out there understand what we're doing for them?
I hope so.
These are, we had to sit at a big round table and decide who's the X factor in this game. And if you want to know that kind of stuff, you can go to FanDuel Sportsbook, peek around. There's 500 props. There's hundreds and hundreds. And you kind of say, why? I wonder why that? Like, I wonder. We have dug through some not great props on FanDuel Sportsbook. We have found the goodies for you. Dost thou understand, audience, the generosity being handed to you this morning?
Yeah, and I love some of these defensive props, too, like that. Like, Nolan Smith has been their go-to pass rusher right now, and the Rams especially have had some problems with that offensive line with speed rushers, so -104. I like that one.
Okay, on the Rams side, you know where I'm going. You know I'm going right to Sean McVay.
I know.
I'm going with that gelled hair, hard shell masterpiece on top of that dome. That guy right there with that headset. Coaching is the great equalizer. Sirianni, Fangio, Kellen Moore, they've been fantastic all year. But if there's anyone who can find a way to solve them, it's this guy, okay? Sean McVay would love to see Nick Sirianni with a little a lei around his neck. Maybe doing, add a pig roast somewhere in the next couple of weeks. He does not want him in the Super Bowl. Over these last 4 seasons with Matthew Stafford, McVay and Stafford combined 19-3 together in games played in December, January, and February. Coach just finds a way. He gets his team playing their best football right now, this time of the year. And I don't know, what do you think picking against them means to them? He literally had a sign about the bye week in the law. He hates this stuff. He eats this stuff for breakfast, pressure for breakfast, especially this time of year. Him and Les Snead are in their bag, have been all year working in tandem. And I'll never forget, I truly will never forget this intense moment at training camp.
Last year, I don't think anybody thought our team would be worth the shit, and nobody believed that in our building. All these opinions don't mean anything until that ball's kicked off.
You're going to win another freaking Super Bowl, aren't you?
We'll see.
Is this going to happen again?
We shall see.
I looked beautiful there. Hamilton, that is the most stunning. That was day 1 of training camp. I'm literally a model compared to Saints day 75. Like, unbelievable. But that's not what's important here. Not that beautiful ponytail and that snatched face looks like had a facelift. Not that. We're going to see Sunday. That man is pissed. He's pissed then. He's more pissed now. But I will say, he has done this thing, Hamilton, where he has, like, almost decided, I'm just going to shut up during the season. I want to say this. Yeah. Sean McVay won a Super Bowl, humbled by another one that he talks about a lot where he lost. But he still could run the show as far as being a star among coaches, making it about him, the wizardry, the coaching tree. He could stand there speaking with his whole chest, all little bites, little thing. He could be in GQ and Vogue and whatever the freak he wants. Nothing. Quiet. Sitting back. There's something to that. That's a discipline. That's a hard thing to do when the world's asking you to, like, come to Amazon, come to this, belle of the ball. You know how many things he probably gets pitched? He doesn't want it. Yeah. He doesn't want it. He's quiet. He's being quiet, and I love it.
Yeah, and it was cool, like, looking back on that interview, just like him talking about his evolution, he was really open about that and how he's kind of changed his approach, and he cares less about that stuff. He cares more about getting sleep and being rested and being there for his players and for his other coaches, and that's where his focus is. He's kind of refocused on that over the last year.
They're playing their best football right now. We're going to see there's a chance of snow in Philly, as we're all seeing. That sort of plays into the Saquon vibes favor, but Kyron's really good. I do want to say this, and I'm doing the, I'm trying to figure out, and this started in a natural conversation you and I had about, like, why are the Eagles being slept on if they're the most complete team? It doesn't make sense. They are the NFL underdog right now, if you can understand, because they really are a very good team. They are built well. They are cultured well. They have it all in those terms. They can throw. They've proven it. They can run better than anybody. Sorry, like Derrick Henry, all of that. They're not heralded in the same way. So I've been sort of trying to understand why they're not liked. Why don't we like the Eagles? Rams fans are like, you're picking the Eagles. You hate the Rams. You've always hated the Rams. Rams, like, this isn't about you. This isn't even about, it doesn't matter I wasn't even thinking of who the opponent, it's whoever the opponent, even against the Lions. It'd be like, yeah, we picked the Lions, but why are the Eagles so downtrodden? Why are they so off everyone's radar? Why are we constantly picking holes in them like we do with the Chiefs, who are the 3-time contenders, if we have some crazy fatigue or vendetta or just, like, don't want them to succeed? So the Rams could easily win this game. They've got momentum. They've got experience. They can punch you in the mouth. They've got the pass rush. I mean, and then you've got this O-line on the other. This is going to be a fight. Don't worry. Like, it's going to be an absolute fight. I'm not going to pick who wins. Rob Maaddi will do that. I don't know if you have any insights on what this comes down to. Does it come down to the snow, in your opinion?
It very well could. It's going to come down to the trenches either way, and I think that just gets magnified if it snows. And you know, this Eagles offensive line did push around that Rams defensive line a little bit in the last game. You hope it is a young Rams defensive line. Kuechly showed it yesterday. They were a little bit undisciplined in that game. Hopefully that's a learning experience from them, and they can hold their own. But ultimately, I think that's what it comes down to: is can they hold up against that massive Eagles offensive line?
He said Verse and Turner and Fisk, like they just need to do their job. It was almost as if they were antsy or amped up or doing too much to try to figure it out. If they can batten down the hatches, they can change their luck in this one. The Rams don't play like the Eagles fans. I hate that everybody hates you, but you can lose this game. So let's get it together and enjoy some fun, especially on FanDuel Sportsbook. We will have Rob Maaddi making picks. I refuse to. I have no idea who's going to win. Nobody does. He's pretty good at it, though. We also have Ty Johnson on the show. Yes, a Buffalo Bill joining us ahead of the game of the year. Thanks. Yeah. Perfect. Totally. Well, we can do, want to do hunches here? Okay, great.
Yeah, we should have some time.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so this Amalfi Jet TikTok.
I'm not on private jet TikTok.
It's not. See that here, Kat? Do you hear them? They're saying that's just Kat doesn't even listen to the show. It's so funny. Kat doesn't listen to the show. She sits right there and doesn't even have volume. It's too funny. I love that about you. It's not. They're saying it's sorry we don't have private jet TikTok. It's not like private jet TikTok. It's making fun of rich people, and they plant right. It's like it's fake. Oh, it's fake. They plant like a guy who just sits at a computer and has to deal with like. Daddy wants me to fly to Geneva, but I can't get it. Like, you know, like, oh, and he just like books jets for them and you just get to watch. It's just like, I don't know why it's so addictive. Because you get to see like how much a huge jet is or like what's not. Like Ryan Serhant will call in and be like, I need a jet right now and I need there to be, can there be Oreos? Can there be, like, there's like these, it's just hilarious. I don't know, I'm obsessed with it. I will miss that about TikTok. May she rest in peace. By the way, TikTok, if there was a line on FanDuel Sportsbook about TikTok going away,
yeah,
it's staying. Sorry to say.
I
don't know the
it's
politics
impossible
of it,
to
but
imagine
it's not.
Yeah.
It's just not.
Yeah.
A what? A Friendster? No, what's Friendster? Vine? Oh. Did those things elect a president? Would be my question for you. Did Vine do that?
Oh boy.
I don't know anything about this. I'm speaking completely out of left field, but I have a feeling last minute president-elect comes in and saves the day. Gen Z is forever indebted. Yada,
His
yada,
final
yada,
act.
The end.
Saved
no,
TikTok.
just the first act.
Yeah.
Just like, I did this. I saved this
Yeah.
thing. That I mean, literally, we have Gen Z
Gotcha.
running around the office here being like, and I'm like, you'll have your life back. It'll be great. No. Yeah. But you don't, see, I use
Or
TikTok.
it'll just all move to Instagram
I'm a
Reels or
scroller
whatever.
on TikTok.
Yeah.
I'm scrolling on the
You're
TikTok
in.
all the time. All the time.
Yeah.
It wrote me in the summer.
A training camp tour. Oh.
That pony.
Dan Quinn TikToks.
Dan Quinn. Oh, yeah. That was a wild time. This is a big treat. I never met Ty Johnson before. I saw the catch last week, so did everybody. It will live in infamy on highlight reels for decades and decades to come. What a wild card weekend for Ty Johnson. The trust from his quarterback, a potential MVP quarterback in Josh Allen. We talked about the connection. We talked about the Bills. We talked the art of affirmations. Here you go. Let's start with this idea of visualization that you have. You have a clothing line called Manifestation. Did you manifest the snowstorm that you're probably looking at from your view right now?
I mean, yes and no, because it is Buffalo, so I should expect it, right? You know, but can't really manifest the snow because, you know, I like it, but, you know, it's kind of rough. But, yeah, I mean, if you like the snow, I guess you can manifest it. But yeah, I'm kind of 50-50 with manifesting.
Ty, why do you like making babies cry? Children cry?
Someone got to be the bad guy sometimes. I mean, if it's me, then I'll be the bad guy. That's just what it is. You know, bless her heart. But, you know, we got some business to handle. So, you know, bless their heart. But, hey, they chose the wrong team that day. That's all.
Yeah, they had to go. And then it's these, I mean, I know why that child was crying, because it's not just the whole game or the box score. It's these moments. It's these big moments on 4th and 1 where Josh Allen is looking your way. Why does he look to you in those moments?
I mean, I like to think he has some trust in me. I think he likes me a little bit too. But it's just, you know, the communication and just, you know, the bond we built over, you know, the whole year, the off season, OTAs, camp, just being able to communicate, you know, every situation we may be in and just being on that same page, same level. And, you know, it was just scramble rules. You got to keep the play going. Josh, you know, does what Josh does. He extends plays, and it was really just scramble rules and find the open space. And, you know, Josh made the throw. I had to get it.
Talk me through the catch. Just Josh, sure.
Yeah.
Ty, this catch is going to live forever on every highlight reel that every network with a bunch of dudes in suits are going to be talking about. Forever.
Really? I didn't even realize it was 4th and 1 until after the fact. I was just in the moment like, okay, what play we got next? And, you know, what started out an empty, went in motion and, you know, had the wheel route down the sideline, and I was like, damn, I got to keep running, you know, because, you know, there might be a route behind me or anything like that. And saw Josh scramble. I was like, damn, I got to run the whole way to the field. I got to cross field now. And really, it was just, I felt that I knew I was able to make the catch, and then I had full confidence I made the catch when it happened. But it was just, you know, get your knee down, because I was really close to the out of bounds on the back of the end zone. So it was really just get a knee down. That's 2 feet. Like, that's all I know. And, you know, watching the replay, I was just, oh, yeah. Like, I knew I made the catch. I don't care what anyone else says. Like,
I don't know. 100%. People say you didn't make the catch,
Ty. Yeah, they can go somewhere else with that. You know, like, I had full confidence I made the catch.
What was on the wrists? You write these affirmations on your wrists. You look at them. You write on the mirror. I want to know what was on the mirror that morning. What was on the wrists?
So the mirror, as always, keep faith, be present. My nephew, Jensen, actually wrote Ty is brave on like a blue sticky note. So that's on there now. But on my wrist, top of my wrist, I write I'm him. And then I write be present, I'm great, and keep faith. That's the 4 things I write every single time on my wrist right before we go out with kickers and returners and stuff like that. So that's one thing I got to write down before. That's one of my main things. Like, main thing I do before I go out the field is take my wrist and I write those down. So,
if you had another wrist or more space on you to write something for this Ravens game, something you want to keep in mind, your affirmation for that specific game that isn't your every routine, what is it?
That's a good question. Just to remember to have fun, you know. I think, you know, as players, fans, coaches, you know, media, like, we tend to, this is a kid's game at the end of the day, and we put a lot of pressure on each other and, you know, as a staff, the front office, whatever. It's really just have fun, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're playing a kid's game for a king's ransom. You know, we're blessed to do this. Not everyone gets to do this. So it's really just have fun. That's really probably the biggest thing. Like, you know, it's always, you know, next round, blah, 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 what happened earlier in the year, things like that. It's playoff football. Like, not everyone's doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, a few teams got knocked out last week. So, you know, we're one of those teams that are, you know, we have the opportunity to keep going and, you know, just have fun and just stay present.
Yeah, but I mean, it's fun, but it's so serious. Yeah, I was reading this article this morning. It was in the New York Times, and it was about Josh Allen's college career. And he had all these players and all these people from his past just all talk about him and what stands out. And I got Ty, it's all like playful kid, 4-year-old that hasn't changed since he was. When is he serious? When is Josh Allen dead serious?
I don't know if I ever seen him really like actually dead serious.
That can't be true.
I really don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's a great question.
There's no moment before the game. There's no, and it never gets old that he's just a kid. Like it's a superpower, it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him. There's times where obviously like things aren't maybe going our way early in the game or something, you know, like earlier in the year, but even then, like, he still keeps that playful mindset, and he just, Josh is Josh. That's what it is, and that's who he is, and, you know, that's why he's a great leader, you know what I'm saying? Like, he doesn't let the little stuff always get to him or anything like that. He just goes out there and executes.
These Ravens, this game, everybody's talking about it. You know, you grew up in Maryland. I bet you know a lot of Ravens fans. What is that like?
It's cool. I like it. You know, people messaging me, you know, talking they talk and everything like that. But, you know, they're a great team, but we're a great team as well. So, you know, I have a lot of comfort in that. And, you know, they're the ones watching at the end of the day. If they're not on the Ravens playing, you know, they're watching. So, you know, I get to do it and, you know, just go out there and have fun and then, you know, get this dub and then I can talk my mess afterwards. So I kind of stay quiet till afterwards.
It's not like you're a rookie. You've been in this league for 6 years. What has this offense, or I don't know if it's Brady or Allen or whatever, what has allowed you to be this level of yourself that you always knew you had, but now every name and face and mouth and fan and person on Twitter across America knows you're that guy?
I give a lot of credit to Coach JB. You know, he's, you know, talked to me even last year when I really started getting some, you know, good bump and everything later in the season. He's always just telling me to just be me and go have fun. And again, it's the same, you know, the same idea, just have fun and be Ty. And that's just what it comes down to. He texted me after the game, you know, just, you know, hell of a catch and stuff. And I was just like, appreciate the opportunity. You know what I'm saying? Like, you put me out there to do a job, and that's just what it came down to. So it's just a huge appreciation for him. And, you know, obviously Josh just give me love and give me the opportunities as well.
Don't you lose that Joe Brady.
Man, I love Joe Brady. So
are you guys gonna like snow him in? Like, how are you gonna get him from being a head coach? How are you gonna keep him in that building?
Hey, I mean, that's above my pay grade. I don't know. It's above my pay grade.
It's a good, maybe you could give him Manifest Collection stuff, gear.
Yeah, I think I actually gave him. Yeah, I think I gave him some a Bay hoodie and stuff as well. So yeah, anything to get on to say here, man. Right. So, you know, but at the end of the day, that's another conversation. So.
Good luck this weekend. You tell those Maryland people what's up in this game. I'm so happy for all of your success. And I can't wait for you to manifest what your destiny is this weekend.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Hope you have a great day.
You super cool. Hope you have a great day. Hamilton, a theme of this season to me has been, I think you've picked up on this, like, how much does fun matter? How much does fun matter? Like, where in the calculus of what it takes to be a successful, dominant NFL team, personally, success, coaching, top to bottom, how much does fun matter? Is that not what's driving this team? Like, they are playful. It's not a detriment. I was thinking, like, does it ever get annoying when Josh is so playful and, like, everything's a joke and whatever? I couldn't get him to tell me a single time he's ever seen him serious or downtrodden or whatever. Like, it works for them. It's the leaning into that. Yeah. Fun matters. Like, we talked to Devontae Adams about this in August, about where that ranks in the priorities for someone, but also how it can affect success. That's why they're so connected, I think. They like to have fun.
Yeah, and I think especially that team, going back to, as you mentioned before, when we were up there in training camp, it was a big deal to them. And I think with what they've been through over these past couple of years and the heaviness that comes with the expectations that are on them, it's really important.
It is. And I love that. I mean, this isn't some just popped on the scene. I mean, the work, the amount of work, the adversity. Sometimes it's about luck and opportunities and moments. And here he is, Ty, sixth year in the NFL, best year of his entire career, playing to try to go win a Super Bowl for this crowd, in the snow, loving it. Said he loves it, said it's great. He's looking at like 9 feet of snow out the window, and he's like, I love it. I mean, I'm talking highs in yards per reception, yards per touch, total touchdowns. So this is the trusted fourth down situation. The interesting thing to me is he is the hunted. He is no longer some, Ty Johnson, he's going to be open to make a play. No, Rowe is looking for him. They are looking to stop him on these fourth down situations. What's that going to be like? We'll see in Buffalo on Sunday on CBS. Short break here. We'll be back with Rob Maaddi. You want picks? Don't look at me. Look at him. Rob Maaddi is here to do his thing, the master of the money line next. Oh, Ham. Why would anybody ever make picks? What?
There's so much anxiety that comes with that.
It's just why would you? What?
Yeah.
Why would you?
I mean, when you're as good at it as Maadi is, it's I mean, his record is
no,
ridiculous.
He does it because that's his job. Like he kills it, and that's why he has that platform. But no, thank you.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why I don't fill out a bracket for March Madness ever. Like, no, we know why that is. It's the same reason I can't fill out paperwork.
Can't sit in front of a paper and fill things out.
Can't do it.
Yeah.
Great weekend. Throwdown round.
Yeah.
No power. No power in this business. Can I tell you that I woke up crying this morning? I have to tell you this. I read it to Kat already.
What happened?
I wake up to a text from Chester, okay? Out of middle of the night, Chicago. Like middle of the night here, so truly the crazy time. And he just goes, Hi, Dorocha, which is what he calls me. Today marked 50-year anniversary of my first arrival to America. January 16th, 1975. I left my home with one carry-on bag and less than $10 in my pocket. On a Russian-made plane, Tupolev, Illinois, 64, flight 0001. With a short trip to Northern Ireland to refuel, I landed at New York LaGuardia Airport and continued on United flight to O'Hare. And then he sent me a picture of him. From I don't even know what's going on. He just sent me a picture of him. So, Dad, 50, I was bawling. I'm like, what is this, like, terrorism? He's making me cry. Like, Dad, 50 freaking years in this country, given everything for me to be able to yuck it up here with the ins and outs of the most American sport of all time. So just love you, Dad. Love you, Chester. Congratulations. I was like...
that is so cool.
Yeah, but it was kind of assault. Like, I was like, Dad, that was just a lot of...
At that timing, that's
not even timing, just like, you just start thinking, and then you're like indebted and grateful, full cry, like full, Love that, Chester.
That is so cool, though. That's amazing.
Emotional terrorism, but
we love Chester.
Yeah, we love a Chester. Chester's like, where's Kevin Durant? Chester doesn't watch the show unless Kevin Durant's on. He likes Kevin Durant and he likes the Dolphins, so like, we're out of luck. Yeah. No Kevin Durant, no Chester.
Man, we got to do something to lure him back in here.
I don't know. I should get his picks. He'd make picks. I won't.
Oh, yeah.
My next guest, a senior NFL writer for the AP, master at predicting games. You can check out his Pro Picks column every week on apnews.com. Rob Maaddi is here to break down listen, I have no power in this business. You yield lots of power. What do we have to do to change the name of this weekend from Divisional Round, like where, it's Jim Nantz calling some golf thing in Augusta, to something a little more pizzazz and a little more characteristic of what it is?
I like that idea. I think we should do some sort of, take some informal poll, see what some people have. So do you have a suggestion? Like, do you have a good one?
Throwdown round.
Throwdown, okay. I like that.
You don't like it. I don't care what it is as much as I just want
I like
to
the master of the money line, what you just said, too.
Look, I branded that master of the money line, Rob Maaddi. We'll talk branding a little later. We got business to do. You're a Philly guy. When you heard Jared Verse say he hates Eagles fans 2 days ahead of a playoff game at the Link, was that the dumbest thing a rookie has done this year?
Like, I feel at the rookie symposium, that should be one of the top 10 agenda items, Kay. Like, don't insult Philly fans, ever. Just don't do it, especially 2-3 days before you're going into a hostile environment like that. They didn't need any more extra juice or any motivation to be fired up to hate the Rams, but they're gonna make life miserable for Jared. I'm actually going to speak to him later on today. That was before this conversation, before this happened. So maybe he retracts. I don't know. I feel like once you say it, it's out there. It's hard, but it's something that these guys got to be more like. Sean McVay, hey, first thing, no bulletin board material. Don't say anything, and really don't rile up those fans any more than they need it.
Do you think that it's an insult to fans? I hate Eagles fans. Don't Eagles fans love that? Isn't that what they want? Like, I don't know that this is really like stirring anything up. I think like if Eagles fans wanted to be looked at like with rose-colored glasses, they'd act a little rosy.
They thrive on that. They thrive on that. And Kay, full disclosure, I used to sit in the 700 level at the old Vet. I had season tickets as a kid. So I never threw anything. I didn't throw snowballs at Jimmy Johnson or Jerry Jones.
What's the craziest thing, Rob? Craziest thing in the 700 level of Link or any stadium?
I saw things in the 700 level at the Vet that I had never seen before. And things that are normal now, right? They're normal, but people passing around marijuana, people asking women to do things like
flashing.
I made a decision. Kay, I made a decision then. Yeah, I made a decision then never to take a date to a football game, and I've never done it.
Child or well-adjusted person, potentially, secure. But that's why we love Eagles fans. They embrace being hated. They love it. It gets them going. Kellen Moore, let's get to this. He's set to interview for the Cowboys job, your arch rival. How's that going over with Eagles fans?
Yeah, they're not happy about that. And I think there's a valid reason, too, because when the NFL does all of the rules and the changes and limiting the interviews, right, to 3 hours, why can't there be a rule where you shouldn't, even if it's a virtual interview, Kellen Moore's got to prepare for that interview. You can only do it maybe Monday or Tuesday. I feel like this rule should be tweaked. I think the Eagles fans who are angry about this and upset about this have a valid point here. You got 2 days before your biggest game of the season and your offensive coordinator, who last week, some of his play calling was a little bit questionable, maybe wasn't on his game last week against the Green Bay Packers. They got by on talent. You need him on his game, and he's got to take time away. And here's another part of that is they're interviewing Leslie Frazier, I believe, on Monday, and someone else tomorrow. Like, why can't those interviews be switched? Why can't Kellen Moore do it on Monday as opposed to Friday? Why does it have to be? So I think Eagles fans are certainly. Yeah, they're not happy, and they got valid reasons not to be happy with the Cowboys, thinking that the Cowboys, even though they can't get into the playoffs themselves, are still trying to mess with the Philadelphia Eagles.
I don't know.
Season.
I think it's like, I disagree. I don't know. I see it as like, what are you going to do? So if you guys lose to the Rams, you're going to blame it on Kellen Moore's head not being in the game? You have the talent. Go win. Like, I don't like that. If I'm an Eagles fan, we're so freaking good, top to bottom. They're like, go. Why don't you go to Cancun for the weekend and come back, Kellen? We're good. We're ready to go. We're focused. Like, you can go do that. I don't know. I feel like that I'm not gonna be sitting here with you after an Eagles loss, pegging it on Kellen Moore's head not being in the game. I will not ask you that. I think that would be
no.
Yeah.
And that can't be the reason. As you said, they're too talented. They're too talented top to bottom. And they got that much talent. So
let's get to the throwdown round. See? The Throwdown Round. Let's do it. Your record for picks
nice
so
ring.
far. Thanks. We're here with the master of the money line. Throwdown Round. You and this record for picks is insane. 196 and 82. That is over 70%. I don't know how you do it, but I need you to do it right now for Up and Adams fans. Texans, Chiefs. we haven't, I mean, when's the last time we saw KC? I haven't seen them since Christmas. I'm sitting there on Netflix in a red dress. We're just watching them pulverize the squad. They're 8.5-point favorites at home. How do you see it playing out?
Great job, by the way, on Netflix. I'll say that. So Patrick Mahomes, 6-0 in their last 6 games against the spread in the playoffs. He's 6-0 in the divisional round. Houston, great win last week against the Chargers. This is a depleted team. Their offense, they're missing 2 guys, but I feel like it stops here. A couple years ago, we know Houston went in Arrowhead. They took a 24-0 lead, and Mahomes and the Chiefs had to storm back. Even though it's different teams, different players, I think that's going to be kind of in the back of their mind to get off to a quick start. Joe Mixon being a little bit iffy, questionable, probably going to play, but I think that's going to hurt the Texans. They're 0-5 in their history in the divisional round. They have yet to play in an AFC championship game. I like Kansas City certainly to win this game and to cover, whether it's 9, 9.5, 8.5, wherever you have it. I got them 27-17.
27-17. Patrick trying to make it 7 AFC championship game appearances in 7 years as a starting quarterback. That is undeniable and crazy and ridiculous. Okay, the Saturday night game, it's Commanders-Lions. Washington, they're coming off a big win in Tampa. We got an unflappable rookie quarterback. I'm not worried about their 8.5-point underdogs, though. Do they have another upset in them?
I was there for that game against Tampa Bay, and I was so impressed, super impressed, Kay, by Jaden Daniels and that team. Dan Quinn being as aggressive as he was. They did what they had to do. Here's a stat for you. Teams, though, that win as a wild card underdog, which the Commanders were, the following week in the divisional round, they're 2-20 straight up. So I spoke to Jaden this morning, and I was just in awe of how he's so, as you said, unflappable, poised, calm, cool, collected. This environment is not going to scare him. If there's a quarterback who can go into Detroit as starved as they are to win a championship, I think it could be Jaden Daniels pulling off the upset. Not doing it. Not doing it. In the end, I'm going to take him to cover, but I'll take Detroit to win the game 30-24. But I think the ball's going to be in their hand with an opportunity late.
I've never met Jaden, and I officially hate you that you just, I talked to Jaden this morning. Get out of here.
Got me up early, too, though, okay? I'm not a morning person. Got up real early. It was Jaden Daniels. Had to get up for him.
Yeah, I'm playing the violin for you. I feel so bad for you. I'm so jealous. Okay, Sunday it kicks off. Rams, Eagles. Let's break it down here. Philly is favored, as they should be, by 6.5 points. We got snow to consider. We got momentum to consider. Do the Eagles pull off a win at home?
Oh, absolutely. Not only do they win, I think they win, they cover. This is my best bet. They're 6-0 at home, straight up in the divisional round. The Rams, though, here's one to help. Like Stafford and McVay on short rest are 8-2 against the spread together. And they're coming off that Monday night game. There's a lot of emotion, obviously, with the Rams and the unfortunate situation with everything that's happened out there in L.A. I feel like it's just a difficult opportunity now for them, right? They get that win. They win one for L.A. Short week coming into Philly. As we just talked about, hostile environment. Eagles already beat them. Saquon Barkley already had a big game against them in L.A. I don't think much has changed in defensively and offensively to the point where the Rams can pull off an upset like this. I see the Eagles pulling away, winning this one 29-17.
Hamilton, what is this Matthew Stafford stat that you have? Hammy, can you pop in here? Is this true?
Yeah, Matthew Stafford is 1-8 in games where it rains or snows outside in his career, which obviously the famous one was that 2013 game in Philly in the snow, the Shady McCoy game. Which
that wasn't
I'm
about
sure
Matthew.
If there's snow, we're going to be hearing. Yeah, well, the Lions offense didn't do a ton of game.
And Saquon, too. Saquon will likely mirror what Shady did in that game, let's be honest. Interesting. This is everybody's favorite upset of the week, and Rob is saying it's his best bet.
Absolutely, and it's one of those games where I don't even think Eagles fans are they're gonna be able to direct all their venom at Jared Verse in that fourth quarter, because I don't think it's gonna be a game. I don't think it's gonna be close at all.
Wow.
Saquon might go for another 150, 155 in this one. He's not going to hit 200. He might slide at the end to stop himself from going to 200.
Yeah, yikes, not again. Hamilton's trying to annoy me by putting 34 degrees, 75% chance of snow, wind gusts of 8 to 10 miles per hour. Hamilton, I could not hate you more. Okay, let's wrap up the weekend. Ravens, Bills, Lamar Jackson up against Josh Allen. Baltimore favored by 1.5. Do what you're meant to do.
This one is... It's for everything, right? Josh Allen versus Lamar Jackson, but they're not playing against each other. They're going against each other's defense. The Bills, 3 straight divisional round losses, and they got to get over this hump. And I feel like this is their moment. They're home. They're being disrespected, Kay. Home underdogs in the playoffs. The Buffalo Bills, for the first time since 1967. They don't need any extra motivation, but just in case, I think that one right there is it. This isn't for MVP. Those ballots have been cast and everything else is in, but this is for even bigger marbles, obviously. A trip to the AFC Championship, and I got the Buffalo Bills pulling this one out in a high-scoring 30-27 game.
The Ravens need it too. They need to get over the hump. Yeah. Like you think they're being disrespected. I respect that. Josh Allen, Lamar, you obviously said that the votes have been tallied. It has nothing to do with this game, the game after, who makes it, who doesn't. We know what happened with first team All-Pro, right? Allen got 18 votes, and Lamar got 30 first place votes. What does that tell us about who MVP will be? I'm seeing what I'm seeing on Twitter, but is it that easy?
There's been precedent before, right? It has happened where one quarterback, and we go back to 1987, Joe Montana was the first team All-Pro quarterback, but John Elway beat him out for MVP. So it wouldn't be the first time if it ends up that way. We'll find out at NFL Honors. That year, Kay, in 87, Montana's the first team All-Pro quarterback then is for MVP. He kind of split votes with teammate Jerry Rice. Elway ended up getting 30 first-place votes for MVP, and Montana and Rice each got 16. So there is a scenario. It's happened before. We'll find out. But these two, what's unfortunate is it's like Lamar versus Josh, and whoever loses is going to have to carry around that can't win the big one, can't get over the hump.
Yeah, it's a big.
Right?
This is the biggest loss of the weekend. Like if you lose, it is the sad. My heart is already broken for both teams. Whoever loses. Awful.
And it's unfortunate because they're both great quarterbacks, both great teams, and it's not always just, we all know, it's not always just on the quarterback. You need a full team effort.
Yeah, okay, you're saying Buffalo's going to win, and the MVP conversation we'll see, and Saquon could come off the top rope.
Saquon's obviously got to be, and we'll find out this week. We'll find out the 5 finalists.
Oh, that's exciting. Can't wait to see that. You can follow all of Rob's work, his predictions, his Master of the Money. You got to change this Pro Picks column to Master of the Money line for next year.
I'm going to campaign for that.
There we go. That. Let's do that. Let's do the Throwdown Round. APnews.com is where you find all that information. Rob Maaddi, thank you for joining me. And thanks for making these picks when I'm a piece of chicken. I'm a chicken. I would never make picks. He's great at it, so we're lucky to have him. We'll be back. We've got a... That was quite a tease, Hamilton. We got a Hammer Time coming up. Oh, man. That's perfect. Wow, Ham, this is a Hamilton heavy segment.
Let's get it.
Hey, how about this? What is this?
You just talked to...
Go ahead, sorry.
What?
Tell me.
No, go.
No, go. I got nothing.
Oh, no, I was just about to, yeah. He's talking about the Bills being disrespected, and I'm going to talk about the Ravens here next, but, he's not wrong. There's a lot of good, positive Ravens stuff out there, but it's tough. You
and I straight up got into it, who's the MVP argument yesterday.
Yeah.
Like, it's over, and we're like,
it's,
yeah.
And it's so hard, and we talked about it too. Yeah, it's just like, whoever doesn't win this game, it's awful. Like, they don't deserve the venom that's going to come their way. Like, someone has to lose. Like,
the worst loss. This desk smells like champagne. Cat's laughing. It's like I smell champagne. Anyway, what's this Brady story?
5 days ago.
Tom is saying he's what's this news? He has 9 seasons left. This is according to Sports Business Journal. 9 seasons left. Don Yee, he means business. Tom's had a tremendous amount of fun working with Fox this year, and he's really excited about the future with Fox and his growth on their team. And this was the first year of a long relationship. Does he intend to fulfill the full term of his contract? Yee said yes. I would have lost the farm. I still don't believe this. Do you believe
Yeah,
this?
that's still, there's a lot that can happen in 9 years. Yeah.
There's no, if he does, I don't even know if that makes me like love him more or less. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
He's good, Pete, but I think he's great.
He's been really good. Yeah.
But you knew that was going to happen. He was just going to outwork, like he always does, outwork everybody, roll deep. He's probably got a staff of 75 people just like on a team with him, and he's gotten so good so quick. Hand over fist, like game over game. He's amazing. Amazing.
It really is incredible.
I want him to do it. Don't get it confuse me. I just can't imagine.
Because he can do so many things. Like he's already, we got the Raiders ownership and all of that, and
he doesn't have to do anything.
But I don't think he's wired that way.
I know, but you've got that Baker's Bay, you got the jet skis, you got the yacht, you got the just get out of here.
The jet skis, yeah. He wants.
And is he going to be like the most hands-on owner of all the owners?
Probably, yeah.
Jerry's like, time for K-Makers. Let's give you my anytime touchdown scorers for Sunday. Rams, Eagles, kind of gimme. Is this cheap? I don't know. Kyron Williams. You gotta go. This is a gift from me to you. 7 touchdowns in his last 7 games. That's what he does. That is why he is there. That is what they're going to need to do. It's going to snow. He's gonna find the end zone. They're probably lean on him even more. Eagle side. Give me the booked wonder. Give me the guy reading books on the side, A.J. Brown. He has scored in 3 straight before last week. He scored in the last matchup between these two. He's not going to go back-to-back weeks without a big game. He's getting in the end zone. Look at that, Kelly Green. Love that. And Ravens, Bills. Let's go with the tight end. Give me Mark Andrews. Also, on a roll, touchdown scorer, heavy. 6 of the last 7 games he's in the end zone. He's never scored against Buffalo in 5 career games. He's got to end that streak. I think it happens. And for Buffalo, I talked about him yesterday. How about Amari Cooper? We're overlooking Amari Cooper's role in this. If I'm looking to take a plus 400 or higher, a big swing here, that's a great one. That's the one. I think he makes his presence felt in this game. All right, let's hit it. Those are my K-Makers for the Throwdown Round. And now it's hammer time. Yeah. Oh, we're doing hunch time, not hammer time. What do you got, Ham? Are we doing Hamilton? No, I want to do hammer. No. I want hammer time. No, please. Please, I insist. I insist we do hammer time. You got to tell me. Here it is. Matthew Hamilton. Okay, Bills, Ravens. We talked about what I wanted to learn. It's Lamar and Derrick Henry, right? That's the focus. What's standing out to you on tape?
Yeah, so Derrick Henry's averaging 2 more yards per carry than he did last season. It's just ridiculous. I saw you tweet it yesterday. His 5.9 yards per carry, top 10 all time. The O-line upgrade's big, but the Lamar factor here really means a lot. Let's go into the tape and take a look at some of these plays. We'll start with that big touchdown against the Steelers last weekend. This is an inside zone play. You're going to get a couple double teams. But the important thing to note here is there's no option for Lamar to keep this. You can tell because Mark Andrews is blocking Highsmith on the edge here. If it was a read play, they would leave him unblocked. So the Steelers are treating this, they're trying to get Lamar to keep the ball. So Highsmith crashes inside. The patience from Derrick and Lamar to stretch this thing out. Look at that. 3 Steelers go with Lamar expecting him to keep this. They try to force the keep, and that leaves a hat on a hat. Everyone's blocked for Derrick Henry. He finds that cutback lane. It is a great run, but it doesn't happen without the attention you have to pay to Lamar. And now let's go back to the Week 4 matchup against the Bills. This is a split zone play. You're going to see Patrick Ricard block back on the unblocked defender. That's important to keep in mind for later.
Okay.
Lamar's going to fake a bootleg here. Look at all the eyes that go to Lamar as he's faking this bootleg. DeMar Hamlin's watching him. The linebacker's watching him. That allows Derrick Henry to get the edge here. Oof. And not only that, there's no second or third level support now because everybody's eyes are on Lamar and they're late getting out there. If Zay Flowers is a little more aggressive in this block, this thing might have gone to the house as well. And then later in the game, we talked about the split zone. They're going to give that same look here, but it's going to be a different wrinkle. This is where Todd Monken is great, too. The eye candy here, this jet return motion. Watch the linebackers shifting back and forth. They don't know where to line up. And then the split zone type of look with Mark Andrews instead of Ricard blocking back.
Okay.
But again, they're giving you the look, but it's different. Lamar is going to read that end man on the line of scrimmage. He sees eyes on Derrick Henry. He's going to pull this ball, and instead of blocking that unblocked guy, Mark Andrews is going to run right by him, leave him unblocked, get to the next level, and lead block for Lamar, get him out in space, and Lamar takes off for such a huge game. So no matter who you pick, what you focus on as a defense, it's so hard to stop this thing because they can beat you in so many ways. Sean McDermott's, it's the ultimate test of discipline. Sean McDermott's defenses are known for that. But it's also the ultimate test of speed and athleticism as a defense, and that's where I think the Ravens have a big advantage over this Bills defense.
They do. Derrick Henry and everybody this week said the Bills' run defense has allowed 4.5 yards per carry this year, guys. Oof, love that. Hey, I'm going to put you on the spot and keep this going. You're doing such a great job. You could just confuse the hell out of me with all that. No Patrick card on that one, the switcherooski. I don't know what's going on, but guess who's going to do hunches today? You. I'm going to give you hunch time. Flip it and reverse it. Hammer. Let's go through some of these props. Here, my friend, is the first one. I'm going to start with Texans Chiefs. Joe Mixon's line for rushing, my friend, is 57.5. Had a 100-yard game last week. Over, under.
I'm going to go under. As Maadi said, he's a little banged up this week. The Chiefs have allowed the third fewest rushing yards to running backs this season. Mixon had exactly 57 in the last week. I think he goes under that number.
I would never go under. That's so mean. Okay, and he's the cutback king, by the way. That's what he wanted on Madden for his X Factor. Okay, let's talk some Lions Commanders. Amon-Ra St. Brown's line for receiving yards is 74.5. I don't know what it has to do with his hair color, if it's better or worse. I don't know if it's going to move. What's your hunch, over, under?
Oh, this is a tough one. He averaged 74.3 yards per game during the regular season, which is just under that. I think he gets over. The Commanders' pass defense did a great job last week against the Bucs, but they do have some issues in the slot. I think Amon-Ra gets over.
I love that. Eagles-Rams, this line for Saquon's wild. It's minus 111. No, sorry. It's 111.5. You have smashed the over on the over I have on every Saquon line this year. Are you doing it?
I gotta go over. I can't go under. He had 250 on the ground last time. The snow is only going to help him. We might see a Shady McCoy part 2 type of game.
I think
over.
Who wins in the Shady part of this? You know what I'm saying? Like, if he does better than Shady, then you're replacing Shady. So Shady's probably like, F this. And then, like, if you don't do it, then, like, Shady's better than you and you weren't. Like, it sucks that Shady had that snow game if you're Saquon. It sucks. Anyway, Ravens-Bills, Josh Allen's line for rushing yards is 45.5.
He's going over. They're going to lean on Josh's legs as they always do in the playoffs, averaging 55 yards per game on the ground in the playoffs in his career. We're going to see him get that going. That's the advantage the Bills have offensively against this Ravens defense. FanDuel has all customers same-game parlay profit boost token, guys. This is so important. Saturday and Sunday, you can use it on 3+ leg same-game parlays, 100 odds plus 100 odds or longer for either game. It's on FanDuel right now. Everybody go claim it. Thank you, FanDuel, for the generosity. And I might put one together for Ravens-Bills. Keep your eyes on FanDuel Sportsbook. Have a good weekend.